Hello creatives! Happy Christmas Eve if you are celebrating the Christmas season this year, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're continuing our final video of my 12 designs of Christmas this year across time. We did the past 11 decades so far, and today is the last one, the year 2020, which includes this year as well. So there is just a boom in technology still. I mean, it's not really a boom anymore, but I mean, technology is continuing. Things are constantly coming out, all types of technology, computers, phones, AR, VR, all that stuff. And today we're going to be creating a tracking app. Yes, we're going to be creating an app, not one that's fully functional, mind you. I'm just going to illustrate it. However, there is a way you can do that. If you have a CC account, you can go into Adobe XD and create your own app and preview it and have it functional and all that stuff. But I figured that today I would just illustrate it. I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. If you have been, go ahead and give this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. I know that a lot of you are new here. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing if you have, and if you are new, my name is Angela. I'm an illustrator and a graphic designer. I do this series pretty much every year for the past, I think, 3 years. I've done it consistently. Let's dive into Illustrator. Okay, here we are. I have a 10.2-inch iPad. I don't think I've really mentioned that much. And I have the first generation Apple Pencil. So let's get into our application. For the year 2020, I mean, that was last year, so you all know what's happening in this space. A lot of fonts are being renewed and refreshed right now. Fonts like Helvetica and Futura are having new upgrades and updates to them, and Bebas new. In my last, was it my last video? Yeah, I think it was my last video. If you guys haven't watched it, I'll leave a link somewhere on the screen or whatever. There was a lot of new Bebas new. N-E-U-E. There's a lot of new Bebas new fonts, and I did not realize that they had like made a whole bunch of new ones, but they did. So I'm gonna add a few layers here. But I was just impressed. I was like, wow, okay. Let's go on and let's create a little iPhone here so that way we can see this properly on the iPhones, because the iPhones are massive these days. They are so big. My artboard, by the way, is not your typical size. I did an 800 by 1000 pixel artboard, just to give myself enough space to illustrate this app. So I'm going to do the base first. Of course, Apple and their rounded edges. I've done that many times now. Just like that, a darker color there. And then there's a little nuance right up here, little nub. There's our iPhone. And now we're going to create our app. I'm so excited for this. I have played around with Adobe XD before and created some applications here and there, but I haven't done anything within the past year or so with that. I can always get back into it. I really want to get back into animation, you know, especially with like AR and VR being like so big right now. All right, here's our iPhone. I'm just gonna double tap the layer name, choose iPhone. I based this off of the iPhone 13 if you have one. Very cool. How do you like it? I like mine. I got mine. And it is right here. I got a really pretty case on it. Not sponsored, just, I mean, I really love it. It's really pretty. I got the Starlight one. And we're gonna go into layer 2. And we're gonna start with, shall we start with, let's just start with the name. And then layer 3 will be icons, because we're gonna do flat lay icons. So basically throughout the past, it's really been way before 2020, but there's been a lot of focus around UI and UX and all flat illustration icons, basically flat icons. Kringles. What do you guys think of the name? Now, of course, it's always defaulted to Source Sans Pro. If any of you know how to change the default font setting in the iPad version of Illustrator, please let me know in the comments down below. But let's see. With fonts right now, the fonts are usually very like sans serif, sans fonts. They pull like some inspiration from like the 90s basically. Do I do Bebas new or do I do something more fun? I mean, I really like Baskerville. Let's look through some. Whoa, Medusa looks like Edwardian, guys. Wow. How about not Medusa? That's not really appropriate for the season. What do you guys think? I don't think so. Ooh, Buffett script is so pretty. Oh, I don't know. I really like Buffett script, but it might be too much for an app. That looks nice. Okay, Delaney Regular. Never heard of this font, however, it looks really nice, it looks minimalistic, it looks simple. I think it would work well. Let's see if I should add a stroke to this, what it will do to, there we go. Let's make Christmas red. Right, Christmas red. And then it's going to have the globe. I'm gonna move Kourse down. I'm gonna do 3 bars. Should I do that? I'm gonna put that on icons. So for icons, let's get rid of the stroke. Fill is going to be gray. Gonna be those 3 bars gray. 1, duplicate, drag down, duplicate, drag down. There we go. I'm gonna group them together. So there is your application. Let me just go into an application real quick, just to refresh my memory here about how much space you have at the top. I think this does allow you to go all the way through. I'll just make it allow us to go all the way through. Let's lock our iPhone again. And under name, I'm gonna create a new layer and I'm gonna call it colors. So we just have blocks of colors for our app. This is going to allow us to have some extra color. The world is going to be light blue and green, of course. A light blue for the world. Sphere tool. And you're all so welcome to try this out for yourself. It's quite fun to try and do new things. This may not be accurate. I'm just saying, it may not be fully accurate. Again, this is probably not going to be very good because I'm doing most of this based off of memory. Okay, here is a probably a really bad representation of the world. I couldn't fit Australia on here. Sorry. I really wanted to, but anyway. This is a really bad representation of the globe. I know. It's very simplistic. All right, moving forward, let's create the icons down here. Let's see, I think, what was that gray color? Well, my Apple Pencil seems to have died, so let me plug it in so that way it can charge while we're working with our fingers. Okay, app settings, input. Here we go. It should allow me, there we go. I was like, it should allow me to draw now. We'll do this little icon here. Let me zoom in for you all. We're gonna do this little icon here, duplicate it. This is going to be the tracking icon right here. I'll switch my shape tool to the triangular tool. Put the triangle down here, combine the shape, convert to path, take them down in the stacking order. There we go. So you get a more accurate reading of where Santa will be. This is a bit big. I kind of want to do it to where you can have like a list. So I think I'm going to do time so that way you can save like your Christmas list in this app too. I think that'd be really cute. This is so difficult to do just with the finger. I'm waiting for my Apple Pencil to finish charging. I'm going to round out the edges. Making the list look like this old-fashioned scroll I think is really quite cute. Even though I know everything on apps is more like current. However, I think this is really nice. Combine the shape, of course. Combine, convert to path. Because I like to duplicate my shapes all the time, I'm going to go up to these 3 bars. I'm going to duplicate them. And I'm going to bring them all the way down here. And I'm going to make them black lines here. I'm going to move them onto our list. My finger is selecting literally everything. Change the stacking order in the quick selection menu. There we go. So you can track Santa, you can have your list. You can also have friends. So let's do friends because you always want to have like lists and stuff like what you're getting for your friends as well. And While we're also doing that, let's see, what else should we put in the app? His tracking. Oh, you know what? We can do like patterns. How do we do a pattern? I'll think about it. I think what we're gonna do is the patterns. So if you can track Santa, maybe you can track to see what his patterns are. I think that'd be really fascinating to find out if he has any patterns. So let's see, patterns I think might just be a rectangle, maybe not that wide. Duplicate it, bring it down. Oh, you know what? It's gonna be like little tracks. There we go. So you have your tracker, your list, your friends, and the path. And then we're gonna put Santa on here as well. So now that we have that, let's add Santa to this. Create Santa on a new layer. Santa. And he's gonna be signified by his beard. I think that would be really funny if it was his beard. So I'm gonna choose white, square tool, like a beard and a Christmas hat probably I think would be very cute. Alright, there's his beard, lock all those, and then we're going to do a hat. So let's choose our rectangle tool, choose that bright Christmas red like Kris Kringle. I'm going to add a few more points here. We're going to make the hat fall over. There we go, and of course we always have to have the little snowball at the end of his hat. Group these two together, make it a lot smaller. Take these tracks here, duplicate it, and bring it up to that Santa layer. So that way he can have some tracks around the world. Now I'm going to select everything except for the Santa hat. I'm going to group all the tracks together. So now you have Kris Kringle tracking app Kourse. There you go. What do you guys think? I think it looks really good. I think it's very clean. It's very simple. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed this entire series. It'll be linked down in the description box for you all. Have a very Merry Christmas if you're celebrating, and I will see you all in the new year. See you soon, creatives.